So the Los Angeles Lakers lost to the Golden State Warriors in the season opener last night, 123-109. Warriors led by as many as 27 points. Lakers led by as many as 2 points. It was pretty apparent what was going to happen in this game. It was just a matter of how bad it's going to be and when will the Warriors pull away. And that was pretty apparent as well if you watched the Lakers last season and even if you watched them in preseason. This team is only built for 1 quarter and a half. Quarter and a half, not a whole half. They will jump out to a big lead like they did in Oklahoma City last year, 26-point lead without LeBron. And they eventually blew the game and lost it. They did the same thing to the Thunder again a couple games later in Staples Center. 19-point lead, lost it. They're only built for a quarter and a half. They will be competitive or lead the game for a quarter and a half, but as the second half start to wind down, as the first half start to, we start to get to the halftime point, so that's when the Lakers start to gas out. They will come out in the third quarter, super flat, and then the team run away with the game from there. And that's exactly what the Golden State Warriors did. But the Warriors actually led at the half last night during their championship banner race game in the season opener. The problem with the Lakers, we know they're not good. They're not a good team. They're not going to compete for a championship. They're nowhere near that. Hell, I doubt if they'll still even make the playoffs again, or even the play-in for that matter. Remember, they won 33 games last year and missed the play-in tournament. Melo, Westbrook, AD, LeBron, no playoffs. Dwight Howard, 5 Hall of Famers, and they missed the playoffs. Now, like I said, the problem with this team is that they're not good. And just like the Panthers in week 1, I can see the writing on the wall. I haven't watched a Panther game since that week 1 loss to the Browns when they kicked that field goal because I knew Cleveland was marching down the field to win the game. And I've seen that before, and I cannot stick around to see it again. But the problem with the Lakers is they don't play once a week. They play every day or every other day. They play tomorrow against the Clippers. We know what's going to happen in that game. We'll get there. They don't play it. So the thing, what the NBA need, what needs to happen, even though I know it's not going to happen, they need to take the Lakers off national television. This team is not good. They're not good. We can look at a game like, even though Boston, sort of kind of, they ran, let's see what the score, let's see what they did. Boston kind of ran away with it last night against the 76ers. Yeah, they won 126-117, but the game, they led by as many as 16 points, it's saying here. But the game, but we know what those teams are going to be. We can look at Celtics versus Sixers and know that both these teams are going to be in the mix of things in the East. If we can look at the Warriors play the Suns or the Warriors play the Clippers, and after that game, we'll all walk away going, if those 2 teams meet in the playoffs, that's going to be one heck of a series. But when the Lakers play the Warriors, or the Lakers play the Clippers, or the Lakers play the Suns, or the Lakers play the Nuggets, we do not look at the Lakers and say, man, I really can't wait to see LA, and like I would love to see LA and Denver in the first round or just in the playoffs in general, because that's going to be one heck of a series. But we can say that about Warriors versus Clippers, Clippers versus Suns, Suns versus Nuggets, and so on and so on. The Lakers are not a good team. And I think people are finally starting to accept that. Even the media, you start to see the narrative they're swaying in. This is not about the Lakers. They know the Lakers aren't good. This is about LeBron passing Kareem, nothing more, nothing less. Last year was Steph Curry breaking the record and also Warriors competing for a championship. It's not the same with the Lakers this year. LeBron he's going to get the all-time scoring record, but the Lakers are going to be abysmal. They're going to be terrible, horrible. a nightmare. And it sucks that this team is going to be constantly on national television. Yes, I am a Laker fan, but I am objective. It was easier to watch the Lakers of the past when they had Robert Sacre and all those dudes, Carlos Boozer and Roy Hibbert, because we knew what they were. We knew they weren't good. And just like, well, we know this team isn't good. But with that team, with those teams, we knew they weren't good, but we saw what the Lakers were building towards. We saw what they were getting to, and they were almost there until they signed LeBron James. You can't tell me that with what they were building wouldn't have been strong enough at this point with probably a free agent or two to compete with the Warriors in last year's conference finals and take them to the limit or even sneak one out. They would have been that good by now had they stayed the course. Like I said, the difference was we know those teams weren't good. And we know that this team isn't good, but they should be good. They should be competing because they got the star power. Russ is just as miserable as heck out there. They really need to get rid of him. He's not having fun. Like Charles Barkley and them said, it's just not a good situation. This season, Darvin Ham, congratulations. You're the coach of the Lakers, but are you really? No disrespect, but are you really? This team is going to constantly be on national television, and I hope they constantly get flexed out. And last but not least, the Clipper game tomorrow. I don't know if I can watch a dribble of that game because we know how this goes. We know how this one goes. They can't play with the Clippers. Even if there were no Kawhi Leonard, they swept the Lakers last year. When was the last time the Clippers lost to the Lakers? The year before the pandemic shut the season down. The year that 2020. But still, they're not constantly. The Lakers can't beat them. This game is going to go. Clippers going to jump out to a lead, a big old lead. Get the Lakers, man. It almost brings me to tears to think about what's going to happen in tomorrow and think about what this entire season is going to be like. That's why I'm glad I'm accepting it now, just like I'm glad I accepted it with the Panthers and didn't stick through with them from game one, because now it's easier to accept what they are. The Clippers are going to jump out to a big old lead. The Lakers are going to sort of, kind of get back in it, but the Clippers are going to pull away. It'll be about 30, and then the next thing you know, you have the broadcaster saying, oh, the Lakers have cut it to 10. You know what? I doubt they could even do that. Or the game might be competitive, but at the end of it, the Lakers are going to gas out, and the Clippers are going to win because Kawhi is too clutch, and the Lakers, you just look at the way they play. It's the same thing. It makes a grown man want to sit here and cry. LeBron kept doing that little pass where he about to do that, and where he go like that, and the Warriors knew what he was doing every time. How many times did they deflect that pass, take it away, or just deflect it out of bounds because they knew what was happening? Nobody on that team plays basketball. Nobody runs set plays. Nobody. Look at the difference. The Warriors are the clear example of what you should be doing as a basketball team. Running plays, moving without the ball, screening other people open without the ball. The Lakers are a clear example of what you shouldn't be doing as a team. Dribbling the ball up, not communicating. Probably don't even practice together, just practice individually. Shoot around, and then when they do go to practice, they just shoot around. Take half-court shot. That's all they do. Have a dunk contest in practice, check it out on their phone, and when they get to the game, it shows. It's so embarrassing watching this team play because they're not good at all. There's not a team in the NBA that can't beat the Lakers or be competitive with them. And when I say be competitive, I mean teams like who are not good, like the Magic or the Pistons, teams like that. They could be competitive with the Lakers. The Lakers can't blow them out. If the Lakers played Orlando and Detroit for 82 games, split 41-41 each, how many times would the Lakers win? What would the Lakers record be at the end of the season? They can't play with anyone. And I cannot stick around to see all these elite teams, because there's a lot of really good teams massacre the Lakers the way they're going to do, because this team cannot play basketball and is so bad. Clippers, Blazers can beat them. They got the Nuggets coming up Wednesday, the Timberwolves next Friday. They got the Nuggets again next Sunday, and then November, Pelicans, Jazz, Cavs, Jazz, Clippers, Kings, Nets, Pistons, Spurs, Suns, Spurs, Pacers, Blazers. I mean, no, they're not going to be like 0-12 or 0-13. They're going to get a couple wins, but when I say a couple, I literally can, it could very much be true, a couple, because that's how bad they are. I don't want to be sitting here saying this, but it's the truth. The Lakers are bad. There was no doubt in my mind that Golden State was going to win that game, and even if the Lakers would have won that game, it's just 1 out of 82. They could win that game and people will be prisoner of the moment. And then they'll go on to lose their next 5, and they're 1-5, and then there'll be the proof. It's just 1 out of 82. The Lakers, of course, they're going to beat a good team or two this year, but they're not going to be in the mix. Again, you're not going to watch the Laker-Clipper game, and your takeaway is, whoo, are they meeting the playoffs in the best of 7? That's going to be a series. No, you're going to get that when you watch Clippers and Warriors. And when the next time they play each other. I'm about to get up out of here because I don't want to spend too much time on this. It's exhausting talking about this team. But you're going to get that when it's Clippers and Warriors, or Clippers and Suns, and so on and so on. When is the Clippers' first game against the Warriors? So good, they don't even give us that. But we get that game for the first time on the 23rd. Of November. That's when we get that game for the first time. And of course, it'll be on ESPN, like it should be. Not the Lakers. I don't want to see any more look in a minute. But anyway, man, that's my time. I had to get that out of my system. What we saw last night was no different than what we saw last year. And it's going to be the same thing over and over and over again. And a trade will not automatically solve your problems if you don't know how to play team basketball. Watch the Warriors play, and then watch the Lakers play. It makes you want to cry, seeing how effective a player like Wiggins is on the Warriors, seeing what KD was on the Warriors. I mean, KD is still a beast, but the Warriors made him better, and he was already great. Seeing Jordan Poole development. Jordan Poole probably wouldn't be that anywhere else. Steph, Klay, they can just relax, and the Lakers can't even score with Klay and Steph on the bench. All the Warriors do was keep it close. Lakers not scoring. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's bad. It's just bad. It's bad.